सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन, पल पल छिन छिन राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, प्रात समय की शुभ वेला में, संध्या समय की पुलकित रजनी, रोम रोम से निकले तेरे, राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, गहरा सागर टूटी नैया, जीवन तरणी राम खेवैया, पार करेंगे राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, सार तत्व की खोज किए जा, प्रेम सरस रस रोज पिए जा, पार करेंगे जपा कर। राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन। राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं। सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। So till now we have discussed the importance of going within. What all great secrets are revealed when we look deep within our mind. We come to know that our happiness has nothing to do with paristhiti. It has only to do with manasthiti. It's a great revelation. It's a quantum leap in evolution, we can say. Because such a person who has made this formula that happiness is a state of mind, it has something to do with my thoughts. Where will his future work be? Not outside but inside. He will not be busy with the outer world, he will be busy with the inner world. You see? That's why I said it's a quantum leap. Superficially it may appear that my happiness is dependent on paristhiti, the outer world. Such a person will be busy with the outer world, trying to create a conducive environment in the outer world. And for that wealth is necessary. So therefore naturally he will give wealth the highest priority of life. person who has understood this relationship, that happiness has something to do with my state of mind, he'll be going within, he'll be contented with basic minimum as far as the worldly needs are concerned, and his total focus will be upon his own mind. Then we can say a Sādhaka in him is born. As long as he feels that it is the outer world which is the source of happiness, Sādhaka is not born. He may be attending satsang, but still he is not a Sādhaka. Sādhaka is a person who is doing sadhana. What is sadhana? The work in the inner world is called sadhana. Beautifying the mind, refining the mind, purifying the mind, observing the mind. This is real sadhana. So externally, he may appear to be an inactive person, but internally, he is a very, very active person. Right. So when we look deep within, there are so many great secrets about this world which are revealed. This person gains greater and greater control over his life, because the gross is born out of the subtle. Sthula is born out of the sukshma. When you have control over the sukshma, you have a natural control over the sthula also. When you have control over the thoughts, you will have control over the speech, you will have control over your actions, thus you will have control over your destiny, the outer world also. Right. We also found that when we look deep within ourselves, we recognize the three moods of the mind: the Sāttvic, Rajasic and Tamasic moods, the behavioral patterns. When the mind is Tamasic, my behavior is in one way. When the mind is Rajasic, my behavior is in a different way. And when I am Sāttvic, when the mind is Sāttvic, I am at my best. You see, I am not always at my best, but when the mind is Sāttvic, I am at my best. There is a clear thinking. There is no deluded thinking. There is a clear mastery over the mind. There is more cheerfulness, peace, etc. I am at my best. And what is the way to create a Sāttvic mind? The best way is spiritual sadhana, prayer, meditation, etc. Can we increase the Sāttvic content in our mind? Can we increase it? Of course we can increase. All spiritual sadhanas are meant for it. The value of a Sāttvic mind is appreciated only when we suffer a Tamasic or a Rajasic mind. That suffering is necessary. Then you value a Sāttvic state. A person who has tasted the Sāttvic joy will not be happy with Rajasic or Tamasic joys. Right? Because Sāttvic joy is a very high quality joy. It's very subtle, very high. Very high means what? Highly fulfilling. It is a fulfilling joy. So once you have tasted the higher, you are no more addicted to, you are no more interested in the lower. Once in a while, even when you slip and fall into the lower, you become miserable. Because you know that there is a higher thing and I have left that higher for this lower. You become miserable. Immediately you know, in Hindi they say chat patana. What do you call it in English? Huh? That's an example. Chatpatana. I don't know what that English word is. Anyway. Restless. It's much more intense. Chatpatana. Example is fish out of water only. You can't call that fish is restless. Intensity is lacking there. Agitation is also a very mild term. Disturbed and all is a mild term. Your life is at stake. That is called Chatpatana, Okay, anyway. So this is what happens once a person has tasted this Sādhik joys. He will not compromise with anything lower. So all these things we have seen. Now, we will discuss another important aspect. Connection of our mind with the external world. Our thoughts are connected to the outer world also. Generally, we don't find any connection. We find that inner world is different. For majority of the people, there is no inner world only. There is only outer world. But as we go deep within ourselves, we find there is a direct relationship between the inner world and the outer world. There is a direct relationship between the inner thoughts and the outer happenings. In fact, inner happenings happen first, outer happenings happen later. It is not that the world has come first, no, thoughts have come first, then comes the world. So the external world depends on my thoughts for its existence, for its appearance. Right. What is that verse in Bhagavd Gītā? It is mystically put. Adhaschurdhvam prasrutas tasya shakhaah guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaah adhascha mūlānyanusantatani karmanubandhini manushya-loke. The mysterious tree is pointed out there. The samsāra-vriksha. What is this? It is nothing but what we have discussed. The outer world has something to do with inner vasanas. And what is the example given? The example of a tree. Ashwatha-vriksha. So what is in the tree? There are external seen branches. There are internal hidden roots. There is a connection between the unseen roots and the seen branches. In the same way, there is a connection between unseen thoughts and the seen world. There is a relationship. So in the tree, what is the relationship? Vishaya pravala. First you see a pravala, a shoot, a nodular bud, which later on becomes a big branch. But first it appears as a shoot. How does it grow? Adhascha mūlāni anusantatani. So there is a root here below. We are talking of secondary roots, the roots which spread out. So what is the relationship between these roots and that bud? bud is demanding nourishment, roots are providing nourishment. As the buds grow to become a branch, it is demanding nourishment. Where will it get nourishment? It has to be provided by the spreading roots. Bigger the branch, bigger the roots. Longer the branch, longer the roots. Thicker the branch, thicker the roots. You see, roots are directly proportional to the branches. Right? Fine, Swamiji, I understand the tree, but how is it related to us? So, Vishaya Pravalaha, the shoot. What is the shoot? Vishaya, sense objects. I am in this world. Vishaya. So, when I say Vishaya, it can be a thing, being, or a situation. Vastu, Vyakti, Paristhiti. Thing, being, or a situation. Anything can be Vishaya. So, what is the first step? Karma Anubandhini. The first step is karma. What is karma? The sense organs interacting with the sense objects. That is karma. What are the sense organs? The Pancha Jnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas. I hope all these things you know. I am interacting with this world. The eyes, the ears, the nose, all this. So, sense organs coming in contact with the sense objects, that is called as karma. Anubandhini, what happens after that? So, when sense organs come in touch with the sense objects, what happens? Karmaphala happens. What is a karmaphala? Either sukha or dukkha. You like it or you don't like it. I mean, not liking. There is a joy or there is a sorrow. Sukha is joy. Dukkha is sorrow. Now, if a Vishaya, if a sense object has given you joy, what will be the impression upon the mind? This joyful experience creates an impression of raga. I like it. Why I like it? Because it is giving me happiness, joy. So the experience of sukha leads to an impression of raga in the mind. This impression is compared with that mulani. That's why karma anubandhini. After karma this happens. After interaction this happens. Now, suppose this sense object is giving me dukkha, then that dukkha creates an impression of dvesha, dislike. So, after interaction, there is an experience of sukha and dukkha. This experience of sukha and dukkha leaves an impression of raga dvesha in the mind. I like it, I don't like it. Now, how many Vishayas are there? In this world there are infinite Vishayas. Right? So, how many raga dveshas are there? Infinite raga dveshas. So, what am I doing based on my raga dvesha? After raga dvesha, what I will do? There are things, being situations which has given me happiness. I want them. I want to be in their proximity. I want more and more of it. My mind will be busy trying to get it at a cheaper rate, of a higher quality, So all those things that creates raga in me, I want it near me. All those things that create dvesha in me, I want it away from me. See the filtering, how it is happening. This world is filled with infinite number of Vishayas, but with my raga dvesha magnet, I attract those iron pieces which are dearer to me, likable to me. So what am I doing? I am creating a world of my own based on my raga dvesha. Are you able to follow what I am saying? Right. Slowly a world. Things which I like, I keep near. Things which I don't like, I go away. So there is a selection. There is a selection of an outer world based on likes and dislikes, based on raga dvesha. So each and every one of us, we are in a world chosen by us, chosen by our raga dveshas. So who is deciding the outer world? We are deciding. How are we deciding on this outer world? Through our raga dvesha, unconsciously. Unconsciously, we are creating a world around us. You see, the inner likes and dislikes are connected to the outer things, beings and happenings. There is a connection. The world is born out of, the outer world is born out of the inner world. The outer grosser world is born out of the inner subtler world. The outer grosser world is born out of inner thought world. Right. So each one of us, we are a world. A person who is showing interest in, say, cricket, he will helplessly gravitate towards a cricket world. A person who shows interest in politics, he will helplessly gravitate towards a political world. A person who shows interest in science, he will gravitate towards a scientific world. So how many such worlds are there in this way? Infinite world. One sports, there are infinite number of sports. One music, there are infinite number of musics. One instrumental, what you call musical instrument, there are so many musical instruments. Each one is a world. There are good world, there are bad world. There are Sādhik worlds, there are tamasic and rajasic worlds. So many worlds, so many. Adhascha mūlāni anusantatani. Adhascha mūlāni. Adhascha urdhvam prasritāstasya shākāha. These branches are spread all over. What is this branch? The world. Adhascha urdhvam, lower and higher. What is the lower world? The tamasic worlds. They are the lower branches. Urdhvam, the higher branches. What are they? The Sādhik worlds. And now in this tree there is something peculiar. The lower roots nourish the lower worlds, the lower branches, and the higher roots, they nourish the higher branches. It's a unique tree, samsāra-vriksha. This is one speciality of this tree. The lower nourishes the lower, the higher nourishes the higher. Right. So many kinds of worlds. Now, as a homework, you look into your own life. Connect your thoughts, your desires, your aspirations, your hopes, your interests, your inclinations, your tendencies. Connect it with the world which you have created around you. Isn't it true that you have chosen that world? You can't say, no, God just put me on my head. You chose it. Whether you are aware or not, that's a different matter, but you only chose it. A student while studying develops interest in physics, mathematics. then a desire comes. Let me try for, say, IIT. Because I am good. Compared to other students, I am scoring better. I am able to solve problems faster. So I find that I am very good in physics, very good in mathematics. So then the others also suggest, you try for this. No, you are such a brilliant fellow. You will easily get into IIT. Why don't you start? He starts entering into coaching classes. Early morning, 4 o'clock, coaching class starts. Again, after coming back from the college, again coaching class. Starts from 8th standard itself. Am I right? Yeah. You see, he is also studying hard. What do you mean studying hard? Training the thoughts to be in a particular direction. That is called studying. Study is nothing but choosing thoughts, training the thoughts. So naturally, if he has studied well, he will have to go into a, let us say, IIT. He gets into that engineering college. Now what is the world around him? Engineering world. What is this engineering world? Engineering books, engineering friends, engineering professors, engineering campus, engineering instruments. And what kind of problems he will solve? Engineering problems. You see? See the world, how it is formed. Another person takes medicine. Now he has created a medical world. So many worlds. Another person chooses crime. Criminal thoughts. Which world will he go? He will be chosen by a criminal gang, seeing his criminal tendencies. He easily gets nominated by a criminal gang. Now in the criminal gang, what will he do? Criminal activities. You see? So how my criminal vasanas are taking me to a criminal world. So that there's a direct connection between the thought in me and the happenings around me. Right? If my thought is a negative thought, what kind of world will form around me? A negative world. Now you cannot say, why such negative things are happening to me? God, why me? Because you chose it. You chose your suffering. Out of your ignorance, you might have thought that you are choosing happiness. But you landed up in sorrow. Isn't it? If you choose a negative thought, you will have a negative world around. And what will be our experience from a negative world? Happiness or sorrow? Definitely sorrow. Definitely sorrow. The terrorists, this was a discussion we were taking up in the evening. What are they doing? They are giving pain to others. They have chosen a negative thought. So what kind of world will happen? A negative world will happen. They are helpless and they have to suffer there. Right? So many worlds are there in this world. Not one or two. Infinite. Choice is yours. What to choose. We may say, no, I have no control over my external world. Wrong. You have absolute control. You choose the outer world by choosing the inner thoughts. Now I will take up a controversial topic. I don't care whether you like it or not. Especially the feminists, hardcore feminists. Nowadays you will find modern girls wearing revealing dresses. What are they doing? Are they attracting a positive world or a negative world? You see? You ask them, who are you to question me? It is my freedom to wear this dress. Who are you? My dear, what are you doing when you are wearing this dress? Especially your children, your grandchildren, this is the way you have to explain them. Teenagers, they don't know all this. So logically, convincingly, you have to explain. When you are wearing this vulgar dress, remember, this attraction for vulgar dress itself is because of vulgarity in the mind. Remember, a person who is entertaining vulgar thoughts will have natural attraction for vulgar dress. And what will that vulgar dress, what kind of vibration will it attract from the cosmos? Vulgar people around. Yes or no? When I am wearing a vulgar dress, I am instigating vulgarity in the hearts of those who are present around. And who will be affected? The uncultured will be affected. Remember, as far as the cultured person is concerned, to some extent he has control over the mind. He will not fall into this trap. He will control himself because he has been born and brought up in a very good family. So he understands this is a danger, he avoids and goes away. Who are the ones who will come near you? The uncultured ones, the vulgar ones. And what will these vulgar people do to you? Vulgar acts. What else? I have to, tell all these things because that is what is happening in the newspapers. When you read, so many crimes are happening. Why are they happening? Somewhere I have sown the seed. And now, criticism. Oh, the society is not good. Don't blame the society. The whole world is functioning intelligently. As Puja Gurudev used to say, it is not a chaos. This universe is a cosmos. Everything is perfect. With my negativity, I attract a negative world around me. And when the negative world comes naturally, it can give me only sorrow. It can give me only sufferings in life. This is the way we have to teach our children, our grandchildren, etc., who are attracted towards this glitz and glamour. When some film star is wearing some dirty dress, this child doesn't know what is right, what is wrong, nobody to guide. Our educational institutions are all useless. There is no proper guidance given. So who has to guide them? See, unless we study scriptures, all these things we will never know. On the other hand, a person is entertaining divine thoughts. What happens to him? People who are having divine tendencies, they come, isn't it? They get attracted towards this personality because he is a divine personality. A divine personality will automatically attract divine people. You see, a Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, what kind of people did he attract around himself? Spiritual giants like Swami Vivekananda or Rakhal, so many such. If you read Gospel, you will find. Those people were attracted. All these spiritual giants, if you see, there is a group of people around them who are highly spiritual. That's what happens. You see. When spiritual camps are conducted, what kind of people enroll themselves? Not the people of nightclubs. No. The spiritual people who have spiritual inclinations, they come. So what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is this. Nīra-kshīra-viveka has to be done. That is why this swan, that bird, hamsa pakshi, is glorified in spirituality. It discriminates between what is good and what is bad. Choose the divine. That is where the self-effort is important. Choose the noble, choose the sacred. Then everything will be sacred around you. Everything will be noble. Everything will be divine. And what will happen when there is a divine world around you? You enjoy. What else? Right. choice is ours. Let us pause. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.